Yo, yo, you need to help her. You need to help her. Yeah, and you get in the Uber. What I won't do is that. I'm gonna put you in the Uber, mama.
This that real talk, that southern drawl. Q ball reacts, he gon' watch us brawl. We making moves, they stand and stare. Put your hands up, feel it in the air.
Sometimes being a hero will land you 6 feet under. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Q, back at it again with another video. Listen, it's another day, it's another reaction, all right? So this conversation has been heavy on my mind. And lots of people will have controversy with it. Lots of people will have rebuttals, okay? But just watch. Let's get into this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe or consider subscribing. Let's go. Forcing her way down the street, pushing her. God. Oh. Tripping, dog.
Yo, you need to help her. You need to help her.
I just want to stop right here and just say that I know that the camera lady's heart was in the right place, right? But sometimes we cannot involve ourselves in other people's business. It has nothing to do with us, okay? Clearly, she was probably out without him knowing. Maybe she told him that she was going somewhere else. Maybe she told him that she was at home watching TV and she was getting ready to lay down and go to sleep. Who knows? Okay, but clearly he's upset at why she's out and he's not with her. Now, I don't know if this is his girlfriend or his wife, but that fact doesn't matter right now. The fact is, there is a man physically controlling a woman with his hands, pushing her, forcing her against her will. Now, for the cameraman to say, you need to help her, it sounds like he's an innocent bystander that's just watching. Now, this man has nothing to do with this situation, but the woman said, man, you need to help this situation. Let's watch.
Yeah, and you get in the Uber. What I won't do is that. I'm gonna put you in the Uber, mama. Yes, you did, and I got it on fucking video. You hitting a female. That's a woman. That part. Literally. No, you relax. Period. And show you how your shit go. Welcome to Atlanta. Literally.
I'm APD for real. I'll lock your ass up, man.
Literally.
I'm finna show you how this shit finna go.
Literally. I suggest you get in your vehicle and go.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ooh, I love you to do it.
Oh.
I love you to do
Oh.
it. Cause let me tell you, I'll box, nigga. I'll lay your shit out smoother than she can. I tell you that now.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Camera lady, your heart was in the right place. How about just recording? How about not putting fuel on the fire? Because we already know that the situation is already on the 10. So you bickering with the guy who is already on 12 or 10 And yeah, he said what he said to you. Just let him talk, though. Just let him talk. He's already been apprehended by the guys, nice guys here in this video. Just let him talk. Let him say what he wants to say. Mentioning boxing classes, it's just like, this guy is still a man, okay? Now, let's not get it twisted. Let's be all the way 100, okay? If y'all got in a boxing ring together, I think the chances of you winning are slim to none, okay? So you mentioning boxing doesn't even make the whole situation any better. You actually kind of amped him back up. So now the guy that's holding him back has to kind of like get back on his security stuff, because he was kind of straight.
Hey, hold on. Don't record.
He said, don't record. This situation is a very touchy subject. It's very touchy because me and the fellas were talking about it, and we said, you know what? I have witnessed guys jumping in other people's altercations to save a woman, and then they end up getting unalived. No. They end up getting wiped off the face of this earth. They end up 6 feet under because they wanted to pull out their man card and help. They wanted to pull out their cape and help.
No!
And then now look at them. You know, there comes a time where you just have to call the police. Calling the police is enough. Recording is enough. But trying to provoke a situation to further intensity, it just makes it all worse. This young lady had the right mindset, but she ended up making the situation a little bit worse by going back and forth and bickering with this man about how she can slap box and all this.
Yo.
The commentary was not needed. You should have just recorded, called the police, just kind of followed them or whatever, and just stayed out of it. That's the best thing to do, okay? Going back to the situation with someone being seriously hurt is a risk here when you start jumping in other people's altercations, okay? These DV situations are real touchy. Let me show you why.
I want to send my condolences to the family of Eddie Rayfield Jr. He is the man that lost his life down in Texas after shortly pulling up to work and intervening in a domestic violence situation between his co-worker and her husband. Now, men, y'all gotta stop trying to play hero, because he lost his life over something that had nothing to do with him. And although I'm glad there are still men who will stand up in your honor, for me, it would be a hell no. Because if I pull up to work, your husband could be putting his whole shoe up in your ass, and I'm going to look over and say, man, that's crazy. And I'm going in the building because that ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's right.
I don't date men who fight women. So this not even my problem. And on top of that, I can fight. I fight back. And if I can't beat you, I'm a hell of a shot. So this ain't even my issue. I'm going to take my ass on into work. I might tell security or something like that. But yeah, it's going to be a no. We got to start letting these folks, because sometimes these people really do like a lot of toxicity. A lot of toxic, just a toxic shit,
Yeah.
A bunch of confusion, mess. So don't lose your life intervening in a bunch of bullshit. If these chicks want to date men who whoop their ass, let them do it. Mind your business.
In addition to what my girl was saying, a lot of times in these situations, these women have been there for years. These ladies have been there for months. They've been putting up with this. And okay, I get it. Some might say, well, she can't leave. They have this, they have that, they have the house. You know, they have cars, and it's a whole lot invested in this marriage or this relationship. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to be with anybody that doesn't want to be with you. You don't have to be with anybody that doesn't make you feel safe. Call the police. Call the police, call the proper authorities, and get out that situation. But we as men get hurt when we start trying to intervene in a situation that has nothing to do with us. And I have done it myself. I have tried to intervene in a situation. It wasn't with a man and a woman, but it was with two females fighting. And I had to jump in to save the day. Everybody at the party was looking at me like, what are you gonna do? Because I was the only man there. And so I felt obligated to jump in and stop this altercation. Of course, cousins and friends and everybody else jumped in after the fact. But it started off with me having to separate the two. I didn't know if she had a gun. I didn't know if she had a knife. I didn't know if she had a blade, but I put myself in a situation where I could have been harmed. I put myself in a situation where I could have been 6 feet under this ground for somebody or a situation that I had nothing to do with. Somebody that I didn't even know. I could have lost my life that night. Thank God I didn't. But unfortunately for this young man, he did. So our prayers, our thoughts go out to him and his family. But we got to stop jumping in these situations where we have nothing to do with it, no control. Okay. In the first video, the guy actually had some sort of credentials of being a police officer. But in most cases, if you're a regular citizen, I would not advise for you to jump in these types of situations. Let's continue.
As a man, if you see another man having a domestic dispute with his lady, you stay out of that. Because a man from Texas named Eddie Ray Hill Jr. tried it. He tried to stop a domestic dispute, and the man killed him and himself. Eddie Ray pulled up to work and seen them getting into it in the parking lot, and he decided to do what he thought was the right thing and stop it. This man literally lost his life trying to be a stand-up guy. But the reason I say you shouldn't jump in these things is because you don't know what transpired before you got there or before you witnessed the incident. How did he know he just didn't catch his girl cheating at work? How do he know that? The man feelings all over the place for a reason, bro. If you see something like that, stand back. And if you got to do something, call the police, bro.
No excuse, okay, to his point, makes it excusable to actually put hands on a woman, right? No excuse. There's no excuse. If you feel that intensely about a situation, then leave. Leave. If she cheated on you, if she wronged you, it's okay to just leave. It's okay to just leave. You don't have to do something. I have to do something about it. I think a lot of men feel like out of pride, it makes them want to do something about it. She needs to pay for what she's done. Hey, whatever you believe in, if you believe in karma, let karma do it. If you believe in God, it says you reap what you sow. Let them reap what they sow and just move on. But to try to jump in somebody else's situation is not going to turn out good for you either way. Because if they end up getting back together, you're going to be upset because you did all of this to protect her for her to run right back to him.
What?
That's why a lot of men don't jump in, because they see situations like this where women end up running right back to the guy. You tried to save her. You tried to put your little cape on, and guess what happened? She ran right back to him. So a lot of times you have to let them play their own situation out. Call the police and stand back. Get out the way. It doesn't matter what the excuse is. There's no excuse that's going to make it okay to put hands on a woman. I was raised in a household where you do not put hands on a woman. And when I was young, my baby cousin, she slapped me, punched me, hit me. I got tired of her hitting me, punching me, slapping me, and I eventually hit her, punched her, or kicked her back. And I got a good talking to that night. I learned a lesson. My daddy told me never, ever put your hands on a woman unless you want to go to jail. And I said, well, Daddy, she put her hands on me. He said, that don't matter, son. I said, well, Daddy, that ain't fair. How come she can hit me, but I can't hit her? That's just the way the world works, son. But you do not put your hands on a woman. I learned that right then. That the playing field wasn't even.
People are emotionally unstable right now, man. They emotionally unstable, and they're willing to die about the things that they're going through in life.
Let me just stop him right there. Sometimes it's not even that they're willing to die for the situation. Sometimes anger takes over. Sometimes aggression takes over. And if you're already on 10, you might already have a weapon on you. You might already have something in the car. So a random guy at that, jumping in to save the day, is only going to escalate it. It's only going to make the guy who is actually having dealings with the young lady get upset and pull whatever weapon it is that he has. And even if his intent is not to use it, once you guys start tussling, fighting, who knows what can happen? You can shoot an innocent bystander just standing around being nosy. You can be hit trying to save a woman that you have no dealings with at all. And to the guy, he looking like, who is this dude trying to save my wife, my girlfriend, my old lady from me? Because let's be real, let's be honest for a second. A lot of times, men think that women are our property. Let's just go ahead and say it. Once mine, always mine. So now he feels like that. If he feels like that, and a guy tries to step over into his territory on his property, he's already in defense mode. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are stepping into this situation that you have no dealings with, that you know nothing about, but you want to jump in this? She just cheated on me with my brother last night. Who cares? You don't know the intensity. Do not jump in that situation thinking that you're just gonna break it up and walk away. You might end up getting carried out in a body bag. I was advocating so much, so much for guys standing up for women. Stand up for women. Make sure that you guys, if you see something, do something. Not just say something, do something. But now everybody has a piece. Everybody has a gun. Everybody has some sort of weapon, right? Gun laws have relaxed a bit in each state pretty much. So everybody has a weapon. It's not safe for people to be out here jumping in other people's business. You can call me a wimp. You can call me a simp. I don't care, okay? But this man lost his life trying to save a woman that he had no dealings with.
Especially domestic disputes dealing with them and they woman. Prayers up for that man, bro. He tried to do the right thing, and ultimately, it ended his life, bro. Pass the word along, man. Teach your sons, stay out of other grown men business when it comes to their lady, bro. For real.
And one other thing. There will be females out here that say, you should do something. You should stand up for that young lady. You should go over there and stop him from hitting her. Like my girl right here, Coco Rose, this is the wrong advice. It's not the wrong advice. It's the right advice. But you see how men can be manipulated to actually do something, stand in a situation where they have no control and they have nothing to do with. But because a woman said, you need to do something. Because a woman jumps in his ear and says, man, you just gonna sit back and let her get beat like that? That's what you gonna do? Oh, you a simp. You a simp. You lame. You corny. That could be your mama. That could be your sister. That could be your auntie. That could be your niece. You just gonna sit there?
What?
And then look at our boy Eddie Ray Hill Jr. 6 feet under for something he had nothing to do with. That's what I mean. If you have, especially if you have a family, do not jump in anything like this. There was another situation where a guy had 2 kids at home and a wife. He jumped in a situation that had DV in it, and he ended up getting unalive for trying to save someone else's situation. Now, his wife has to raise her kids, her 2 kids, by herself because her husband was being this honorary stand-up guy one night or one day. Do not let women influence you to jumping in a situation that has nothing to do with you. Call the police. Call the proper authorities. Go get security. Get some type of authoritative figure. But trying to stand in alone on your own in a situation like that is not the best thing to do. I don't care what no woman says. But we're going down the comments here. Jay says, I don't agree with that. Okay, that's one guy. Call the police and make it home. Exactly. Never intervene. It's not worth it. Call the police. Why I mind my business? Just call the police. The majority of these comments are reflecting what you should do. Call the authorities. That's what I mean. And I feel like a lot of guys have gotten woken up since the last incident. And that's great. That's kudos to us. But these situations cannot be intervened by us just because we're a man. Just because we feel a need to jump in somebody else's situation and save the day. Yeah, we don't even know what the guy is thinking who is actually DVing the girl or the lady. He might be seeing you as a guy that's trying to hit on her by saving the day, and then later on, oh, y'all exchange contact numbers. So you might be a problem later on down the line. You never know what people are really, really thinking. And in this day and age, in this society, people's minds are running rapid. They're all over the place. We're seeing more psychotic episodes from people. We're seeing more manic episodes from people. People are mentally drained. They're tired. Do not concern yourself with a situation like this if you're not willing to take the ultimate risk, which is risking your life. So anyway, that's it for this video. I'd like to know what you guys think down in the comments below. But without further ado, everybody stay safe. It's your boy Q. I'm out.
Bro, probably get picked up like a truck, went in a clutch, that is a must. Wake up, get to it, ain't nothing about it. The only way to it is to it, no way around it. I'm 40, we cruising like the Caribbean with mileage. I'ma always be solid, I'm a young brother with knowledge. Go do the science, dog. Always up like a pilot, dog. Look at my eyes, I'm tired, dog. The time that it takes.